And that, I've always been wired like that, and I've always asked those hard questions, and I've even asked them to God himself, and he took me on a journey, and he brought those books back into my life, and I read those things, and in reading them, I found out more than I wanted to know, because once you know it, you can't unsee it. You can't unsee the things that are unfolding today. You can't unsee literally the things that were written about in those books that are happening now. Before I got to that part, I had gone through probably one of the toughest experiences in my life, and it was industry related. And I remember asking him, the Most High, Yah, I've seen you do things for me in this area of my life. I've seen you do things for me here. I've seen you open up opportunities. I've seen you give me favor here. But right now, I need you to reveal yourself to me at this particular point of my life, because what I'm going through now, I don't know if I can make it. I know that you're real, but I need you to reveal yourself to me at the magnitude of which this thing is consuming my life. And I remembered the passage of scripture that said that if you seek me with all of your heart, you will find me. So I went on a fast. And for 3 weeks, I fasted and I prayed. And I didn't set out on any particular time. It's just, this is when it happened in that time period. But I would sit in my office day and night, night and day, praying, meditating. Yes, meditating. I was doing that in that space, and for 3 weeks, sitting in my office, on my sofa, hands like this, waiting on the Most High. It was about 3 o'clock in the morning. I remember it like it was yesterday. And in the space that I was in my office, I had a coffee table in front of my sofa, and it's on the top level of the house, and there were 3 walls of glass windows all around the house. That's happening right now as I'm talking to you. But all of a sudden, the room just became electrified. And there were items sitting on my coffee table, and they started to shake, and they started to rattle. And the room then started popping like electricity, bouncing off the walls, bouncing off the floors, bouncing off the ceilings. And it intensified, and it intensified. And I'm sitting there in the middle of this, and my eyes are closed, and I'm looking, and I say, Father, is that you? And I don't know why, but in the middle of all of this happening, I said to him, I've only seen stuff like this in the movies, and usually it was bad, but I know I'm in your presence right now, so this has to be you. And then it kept going, and it kept intensifying, and it stayed, and it lingered, and I just started to sit in it, and I'm like, what is this? And I heard Ruach HaKodesh. He said, I'm showing you my glory. And it was the most intense thing I had ever seen and experienced in my life. And in the middle of it, I started saying things like, I never knew you would reveal yourself to us like this. I never knew that this was possible. Why didn't they teach me? Why didn't they tell me? Why didn't they let me know that this is how you want to be with your children? This is how you want your children to experience you in this world. And I sat in this space for hours, to the point where it was morning. I ran downstairs to my wife at the time, and told her what was happening. And I said, I'm not going anywhere today. I'm gonna go back up now, and I'm gonna go sit with him some more. And it stayed for days. he stayed for weeks. He stayed for months. To the point where every morning when I would get up to go up to spend my time with him, the walls, the glass would start popping. And the evidence, and this is going to sound strange to some of you, angels would come and go. In my time of praying and spending time with him, they would make their presence known by literally making this loud bang on the ceiling. And it was like, what is this? And he would say to me, didn't you ask me to reveal myself to you? And I said, I did ask that. The world that we live in, everything is not what it seems. And we're constantly having to decipher everything that's given to us, even if it's coming to us from religious settings. You can't trust anything that you see. You can't trust anything that you're presented with at face value, because there's always some wicked slant. There's always some bend or twist to what the information that we've been given. It's hard to navigate that. I say that because we're entering into a time of great darkness and great chaos. I'm not going to tell you what he's given me a lot around those things, but what I am telling you is that he is real. The Most High has feelings. He has emotions. He created them. Everything that is created is an expression of him. And when you get close to him, when you get to develop a relationship with him, he'll begin to share with you the things that make him happy, the things that make him sad, the things that make him cry. And for most people, it's a notion to even fathom that he could cry, or that he could have sadness. And I can tell you that with great certainty, much of what's unfolding in this world today, even in this country, is making him very sad. The hardest thing for me is that nobody ever told me that what he has shared with me was even possible. And when people ask me, do I believe in God? I don't believe in him. I don't believe in him. I know him. I know him. But he is real. He is real. I love you guys.